Going to try to get to some emails, but I'm going to start out by talking about emotions and how emotions affect health and body. So when I'm working with people, very often they don't come to me for any sort of an emotional adjustment or an emotional balance, but the emotions are often the root cause of what's going on physically. Sometimes you will have something that's happening with you. You've got a toothache, you've got a headache, you can't lose weight, you can't gain weight, you can't get rid of a particular pain in a particular area of the body, even though you've tried everything that you can try. Often you have stuck or trapped emotions, which is a frequency that's resonating in the body that's getting in the way. And when we refuse to look at that area and that aspect, when we refuse to look at our emotional state and what that emotional state is doing to us physically, then we remain inside of that environment where we're constantly struggling. Sadness, detachment, shame, feeling disappointed. When you are in a state of grief, very often you can't breathe very well. You're having panic attacks. You're hyperventilating. When you are in the middle of a panic attack, you cannot breathe. And the lungs is the main organ that allows the flow of air in and out of the body. Your skin is a massive detoxifier. And when you can't breathe in good air, or even if you can and you're not breathing in good air, then your skin is going to be the recipient of those toxins. And if they can't come out here, they're going to come out of your skin. Your large intestine, now we're dealing with the digestive system and the digestive system's ability to flow well. Very often when you're dealing with that, very often people are dealing with constipation, or they're dealing with diarrhea, some extreme of that, because the large intestine is the last door that waste goes through before it comes out of the body. Let's look at kidneys, ears, and bladder. Fear, weak willpower, insecure, isolated, easily controlled. Does any of that resonate with you? Anybody who's watching this right now, does the concept of fear? I'm not gonna ask, how often do you go pee? How often? You get up in the middle of the night several times. I'm not talking about when you have a medical diagnosis where your liver or your kidney isn't working properly. And sometimes fear can cause that, from my perspective as well. But let's just say you are living in a fearful state and have been living in a fearful state for quite some time. How often are you peeing? I remember a time in my life that I guess I was very, very fearful, because I swore that I peed way more than I drank. Like, I was constantly peeing, and I'm not talking like I couldn't get a stream going. I'm talking it would overflow any urine cup that you've ever been given by me every single time. And then 15 or 20 minutes later, if that, I'm at that same amount. I would ask myself, do you drink this much water? Like, where is this all coming from? But the emotion of that, I never dealt with. And when I started working on myself from an emotional standpoint, that started to calm down. Now, there were some other physical things that I needed to do as well. I needed to stop drinking so much coffee. I needed to get myself out of a dehydrated state. I needed to actually drink water so that I wasn't filtering toxicities at such a high rate. But that was absolutely my truth for a good 15 or 20 years of my life.